Hello, lovely people. Welcome to another edition on the Inside View. Many years ago, beauty pageant was subjected to, the beauty of our models. But nowadays, contestants will have to go through a series of tests, just to, find out how skilled they are, and also to find out their ability, their skills, and also their personality. And now, in fact, I'll say that beauty with brains, has become the mantra, at most, of these functions. And, tonight on this show, I have a lady with me here who has achieved so much for herself. And she's well celebrated all over the world. That I don't even want to go into her resume. But then, in fact, I would say it's so remarkable to share her story from a humble beginning. So here with me, I have a lady. Not only is she the founder and also the CEO of Ebony Ambassadors, she's also a stylist. She's also workshop facilitator, human rights activist, and also a correspondent. So welcome to the show, Irene.
Thank you so much, and I'm so excited to be here as well.
Your name is Irene Iribo-Eni. Like, I hope I pronounce it very well. Yeah, so we've seen you everywhere. In fact, you are celebrated all over the world. And I mean, it's so humbling to have you here on the show. For the sake of this interview, who is Irene Iribo-Eni?
Irene Iribo-Eni is the CEO and founder of Ebony Ambassadors UK. I'm a mother of two. I'm a stylist. I'm a workshop facilitator. I'm an event planner. I'm a correspondent. And I'm also a human rights activist.
So how was growing up, for you like? Because I know you're from interstate, Nigeria. So how was it like, growing back home, the environment that you grew up in, and also the kind of family that you grew up with? How was it like?
I grew up in a large family where I would say that it wasn't an easy thing for me growing up, in the sense that I was moved from one family member to the other because my parents have always lived abroad. So I grew up in the northern part of Nigeria, Jos to be precise. And aside growing up in Jos, I was later moved to Delta State, E.B.O.N.Y, where I attended my primary and secondary school, and later moved to Lagos. So it's been from one auntie's house and uncle to the other. And I would say it wasn't an easy one looking back now, because when you're growing up with aunties, uncle, it looks as if you do all the house chores, everything in the house is being done by you. You're being forced to do what you don't want to do. Maybe you're being the person that everything in the house is being done by you. Like, looking back now, I just felt like I would not want anyone to go through that kind of experience that I went through myself.
Wow, was it that painful or so uncomfortable for you?
I would say it is, but I think it makes me what I am today, where you have the responsibility to be the cleaner, to be the cook, to be I would say everything in the house. So that makes me stronger, but it wasn't an easy journey, I must confess.
Wow. Because I know, growing up as a child, you had so much interest in hairdressing. Tell us something about, those years of your life.
I think in the northern part of Nigeria, being a hairdresser or picking up how to make hair is something common to every child that grew up in the north. So it's something that you see people doing and you grow up learning how to do it. And aside that, my auntie that I stayed with in Jos has a salon, one of the biggest salons in Jos. She's lived abroad before, and she bought most of her equipment from abroad, so her salon is talk of the town then in Jos. So when we finish from school, we go to her salon. So we have to wait till she's done with her activity for that day, then we'll all go home. So while going to the store to wait for my auntie, you just look at her girls doing hair, and from there I picked how to do hair, and it's something that I also love doing. Hair, even while we're in Jos, I picked how to knit as well. There are a lot of things we do while playing, is always engaging in one activity or the other, looking for the fastest person who can knit faster, who can plait hair faster. That's how I actually picked how to make hair in Jos.
I've seen your crown and your sash, Miss Ebony UK, and it's Ebony Queen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Were you sort of into that, as a child, or it just came along as you grew up?
It's a yes and no answer, in the sense that I've always loved planning stuff, like planning events. I've always liked volunteering. While I was in school in Nigeria, I helped in the unit to organize a beauty pageant, and the stash I'm wearing today was, I would say, was confirmed by an organization which I'm part of. It's called Eagle Ladies. They call me their Ebony Queen, one of UK. Coincidentally, I am the organizer of Ebony pageants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm known as a Queen Mother, so I think that's why I'm dressing the way I'm dressing today.
That's amazing. You know what? I've seen Ebony Ambassadors. What is the motivation behind what you're doing now? What is the motivation behind Ebony Ambassadors?
Ebony Ambassador is a community interest company that is into empowering people through skills.
Mm-hmm.
So we run different skills from hair braiding to sewing, beading, hair braiding, rhinestone embellishment, and baking. The brain behind the contest, which is Miss Ebony Beauty and Creativity Contest, is for us to empower Africans in the UK through skills. So our beauty pageant is kind of different from the usual. We're actually looking for someone that is beautiful and also very creative. So the contest is not just for whether you're slim, tall, or whatever shape that you are. We just want someone that is willing to learn a new skill or to improve in their previous skills. And also someone that is willing to involve in charitable work. Because after being crowned the winner of the contest, we do a fundraising event to sponsor the winner to Africa, which we want someone that is very, very passionate about giving back to the community. So that's what Ebony Ambassador is all about.
Oh, that's amazing. So how were you able to transfer those skills? As a child, so much passionate about hairdressing, so much, like I was saying, so passionate about, beading and stuff like that. How were you able to transfer those skills into, Ebony Ambassadors, on this bigger platform? Because your pageantry is not just, showcasing women, their bodies and stuff like that. I'm just like you rightly said, it's about, showcasing their ability, their talent, and also showing through their personality. How were you able to circumvent that all? How were you able to, put that together?
I think it's my passion to empower people through skills.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a beneficiary of having a skill.
Mm-hmm.
When I came into this country years back, I was into braiding hair for people. Mm-hmm. And while braiding hair, I raised a lot of money that I was able to pay my fee without student loan. So after I completed my undergraduate, I further for my postgraduate. Mm-hmm. Also the same money raised from braiding hair.
Wow.
So I raised a lot of money, and I felt like there's a lot lacking in our community. Mm-hmm. People can really be empowered to make money for themselves and also have fun. Mm-hmm. So that was how I came up with the initiative to run a contest, something different from the usual, which is Miss Ebony Beauty and Creativity Contest.
Okay, now let me take you back again. From interstate now to UK, how was the transition like for you?
As I said earlier, my parents have always lived abroad, mm-hmm. and I've really longed to be here. I'm one of those people that really wants to be abroad.
Okay.
We went through different visa processes. At the end, I came here as a visitor. From being a visitor, I was enrolled into school. From there, I while I was in school, I was also volunteering. As I said, I love volunteering. I love jumping into opportunities to learn new things. So I was volunteering with a charity in North London called African Cultural Association, where I was teaching people how to braid. While I was in that charity, I learned how to sew, because they also teach people how to sew. So during my spare time, I go there as well to learn how to sew. So in doing this, I was like seeing a lot of opportunities in doing stuff like this. So that was how I started my own stuff as well.
Wow. You know, we see beauty pageants with a lot of negativity because society. We think, oh, these women are just being seen as sexist, and we tend to judge them. How do you deal with negative press surrounding beauty pageant?
I think we are not changing the narrative, or as this interview is tagged, we are game changers. I will not condemn the impression of the media, because it's what it used to be, where beauty pageant queen must wear bikini or must come out naked for them to be crowned a queen. I don't know where that concept came out from, but it's something that we want to change. A beauty queen must not be seen naked. To me, I felt like when we say your body is, you have some private parts. Private should be kept private. So for a beauty queen to come out dressed with pants, not even that they're wearing pants, it's the kind of pants that they wear sometimes, you know what I'm talking about. But to us, we are here to change it, that you could be a queen without being naked. We're looking for a beauty with brain, someone that has something to give back to the community. So we're not saying that you must have it, but our beauty pageant will take you through the process of being empowered for you to empower others.
That's amazing. So how do beauty pageants contribute to women empowerment?
In different ways, because each contestant must champion a cause. So some of them might have gone through different things in life that they want to change, and being a queen, you've been I would say you've been vested with a power, or you're carrying an authority that you could speak anywhere, you could stand in any gathering, people want to hear you speak. And because you've got a crown on you, it draws attention to you. So in that line, people use it to empower others. So it might be that somebody wants to champion a cause on child marriage and they don't have the opportunity, but we give them the platform to champion any cause that they want to champion.
That's amazing. So what is the future of beauty pageants?
I would say the future of beauty,
or the relevance, should I say?
Okay, is actually creating platforms for young people. For the first time this year, our first runner-up, our second runner-up, and the queen is embarking on a mission in Africa. So that's a big one, but because before now, they always center on just the queen. So it's only the queen that has a project that the organizer of that pageant see to. But this year, we're changing it for as many that wants to champion a cause, that wants to travel to Africa to do something to help the less privileged. We are there to support them. So that's the changing narrative in what we are doing at the moment.
So how many years have you done this?
6 years in a row.
6 years?
Yeah, 6
years.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
That's amazing. That's 6 years. So in that 6 years, like I know that every year you've got a different theme for organizing that. So what, how do you choose your themes?
I think it's actually based on what we are going on at that time. For aside our contest being known for empowering young people through skills, if we are to pick a theme, we just look at what is happening at that time, what should we champion. And I will always say that, or I will want to say that our contest has always pick what we think the contestants are really into at that time. What do they want to do? So everything we do, we relate to, or we...
The current situation.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's how we pick the team.
because I think last year it was based on the COVID-19, isn't it? And I think this year I've seen Miss Commonwealth. What is Miss Commonwealth about?
Okay, I think you're missing it up now.
No, I'm not missing it because like I've seen 2020, Miss Ebony, isn't it? Talking about her, what she intends doing. And this year I've seen Esther as well. So Miss Commonwealth, and I've seen a crown that was for, the. I'll be telling something about it.
Okay, let me help you with that. Miss Commonwealth is a different pageant on its own.
On its own. So that one is not organized by you?
No.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Miss Commonwealth is a different pageant organized by a man.
Don't let us even go into that. I mean, let's stick to yours. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's stick to yours.
But let me just clear the air. Esther, who won Miss Commonwealth Africa, is one of my team. So she's our project manager.
So I think maybe then that's what I got mixed up with, because I normally see you and Esther.
Yeah, sure.
So I'll say my apology. Yeah. So what inspired you, to come up with this idea, as a founder for these numerous things that you're doing?
It's my passion to transfer skills to the young people, and also want people to benefit from what I benefited from skills. I mentioned earlier that I sponsored myself undergraduate and postgraduates with a student loan through the money I gained from hair braiding. And while growing up in Africa, or in Nigeria to be precise, we pick up skills as we're growing up. And I noticed that it's something they lack here. The only thing that going to school, studying, being a doctor is the end thing, or that's the only thing you can do. But you could have a side hustle. Look at what happened in the pandemic, where people are made redundant or people are laid off from work. We survived because we have something we were doing. So I think that is the passion behind what I'm doing. I want every young person to have a skill. It will help you in the long run. And I always also rely on the saying that says, we will all not fit in an office if we're all to be employed in an office. So we should have an entrepreneur. And having an entrepreneur is for you to gain a skill.
So what is the age range? What kind of age group can enter into the contest?
Okay, the age group is between 18 to 30. But our workshops are open to everyone that wants to learn something new or improve in their previous skills. So when we do the workshop for the contestants, we open it up to the general public, so anyone can attend.
Okay, so when you have this beauty pageants thing, then how do you award points? And also, when girls who actually come in thinking that, I'm going to win, and eventually they don't win, how do you, handle that? Okay,
the contests have got 9 titles. I'll mention the ones I think I can remember now. And the word ebony is used as an acronym. So the E stands for elegant, the B stands for bold, the O stands for originality, the N stands for noble, and the Y stands for youth. So we crown, or we recognize the Miss Elegant, we recognize the Miss Bold, we recognize the Miss Originality, we recognize the Miss Noble, but the youth is out of it. And aside that as well, we recognize the Miss Culture and Tourism, because we don't only showcase the girls' skills, we allow them to showcase the country that they are from in terms of what they eat, their dance, or whatever they are comfortable to share with the audience. So we also crown the Miss Culture and Tourism. And we crown the Miss Creativity. So it's like the best, the most creative person among all the girls is being crowned. So I'll say our pageant has got something for everyone, and even not going home with any title, you've learned something that you can run with. So I will encourage everyone to be part of it. It's a win-win situation.
Are judges normally biased, or what do you think?
No, the judges are not biased. For the contestants, we as an organizing team, we also look at their characters. So we score I would say 40% of the whole score. We give that to the judges, and that determines who actually wins the crown itself, because we want someone that is respectful, humble, patient, because you'll be working with a lot of people, and you'll be working with us for a year before you give
Wow.
your crown to another person the following year. So we want someone that is willing to work with people, someone that is patient, someone that is passionate, and someone that is willing to travel to Africa as well, because all our crown queen travel to Africa.
So, have you actually come across a winner that has actually proven difficult to work with? Where maybe after winning, they think maybe like this too wahala, maybe it's not meant for me.
I would say yes, but I won't tag it to the queen herself. Some have mental issues, like mental issues kick in and kick out. So they have some triggers. They might say, "Oh, we don't want to do this anymore. I entered this for this reason, but I'm not satisfied anymore." So I think we've got one like that, which you can't really force them to do what they don't want to do. But it's our joy to have somebody that we can walk through all throughout the year. But as I said, you cannot really tell if someone has got issue and it kicks in and out, and it does happen. Yeah, I would say we've got one like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, how do you fund this big projects? Because I know, buying tickets for, the queens, to travel back home to engage in all these amazing community works. How do you raise funds to sponsor all these?
We do a lot of fundraising events. We do gala dinner, we do cake sale, we do online GoFundMe, and we also ask people to donate, should I say, materials from used clothes, books, shoes, anything that can be useful to the less privileged. We also collect that as well. But the fundraising thing is the I say the most one that we look up to. There's no set money somewhere to go for this trip, but somehow we've managed to go to Sierra Leone, and we've been to Nigeria several times as well. And we're also preparing to go to Ghana this year.
Oh, that's amazing. Ghana, here we come. So, have you actually woken up one day thinking, I think I'm so overwhelmed by this project, and you feel like quitting? Have you gotten to the point yet where you feel like, I think this is not meant, this is not meant for me? I feel like quitting. Have you gotten to that stage? And if you have before, how were you able to pick up yourself, to carry on?
I don't think it's at this stage. It will be at the beginning, which I actually encourage myself, knowing that things will not just kick off like from the beginning. And it was actually the first year of the contest where I invested or put in more than £9,000, and nothing came out from it. So I was actually not supported by, I would say, some family members who felt like, oh, that's a lot of money to waste. They see it as a waste. Like, I think you should just stop doing this.
9,000 is a lot of money.
Yes, but when I look back today, I would say I'm very happy that I did not quit. It's really paying off, I must confess, and it's because of the fact that I did not quit. If you had quit, you would not know what's in front for you. So yeah, that's that time. But now I look forward to the next event.
So for you, what kind of challenges, like initial challenges that you think you've been able to overcome, apart from your 9,000 that just went down the drain? What are some of the challenges? Because, actually starting everything comes with its own, setbacks. Sometimes you feel like, oh no, this is not fair for me. Oh, I don't think I can carry on. What were some of the challenges that you think you've overcome that you want to share, with people out there? Because your job is always empowering women, empowering, the youth. So share with us some of the challenges and, how you've been able to overcome them. Because now we all see you all plumped. So we want to know.
Aside financial constraint, I would say working with negative people or working with people that do not understand your vision, that is actually a big problem if you really want to go far in anything you do. So it's just trying to change the team, letting people go, because truly not everyone that started with you will go till the end or go very far with you. Some people might be there for that moment, and tomorrow they might not be there. But it's quite difficult to let people go, you know. But I try to stay positive, knowing the reason why I want to do what I'm doing, and knowing that it gives me joy to see people empowered, and it gives me joy to see people better. I like putting a smile on people's faces. So if that happens, every other thing is I don't really count it to be anything. So I would advise that we should just keep going and just take yourself away from negative people. Anybody that tells you don't try, don't do this, leave it like that, no, I don't think it's the right company to be with.
I'm not so surprised as well, because you're just full of confidence, and I don't think nothing can stop you. So, I mean, I do commend you for still kicking on, and now you have one of the, respectable platforms that people can actually identify. Well, yeah, thank you. Now let's go on to your workshops. What kind of workshops do you do?
Our workshops are skills empowerment workshops, and not just skills empowerment workshop, just coming to learn a particular skills. We bring in motivational speakers to empower the participant of the workshop. So we run workshops from hair braiding, sewing, beading, makeup, rhinestone embellishment, baking, hair wrap, and so on. And it's open to all ages. Like if you're 5, you're 6, you want to learn something, the platform is open to all. And recently we've been funded by different organizations due to the pandemic. So we were running a mental resident workshop and skills empowerment. So that's what we've been doing. We've been so busy through the pandemic.
Wow. So what inspired you to do these workshops? Because I know it takes time, it takes effort, it takes everything out of you. So, and I know you don't do all these workshops by yourself. So how do you recruit all the people that you actually work with? What do you actually look out for in them?
There are a lot of people like myself willing to empower people, or I would call them catalysts, or they want to see change and they want to support young people. So sometimes it's like telling someone what I want, and if they cannot offer, they will refer me to someone else. So I have a large network of people that sew. I have a large network of people that bakes. A lot of platforms that I could tell, I want to do this, I want you to come and support me, and they will come and support me. So it's just having to be around the right people at the right time as well, and letting them know what you want to do and why you're doing what you want to do. And a lot of people are ready to jump on it.
That's amazing. So how do you network? Because I know what you're doing involves a lot of people, like in terms of beading, in terms of cake making, bread making. How do you keep your networking so close-knit?
Okay, for the networking bit is from organizing workshop since, I would say, since 10, 12 years ago till now.
Okay.
I've met a lot of people along the...
In your case, it's more of a vocational thing, even though you are well educated and everything. Yours is seeing, I would say a smile on people's face through skills transfer. What do you say to a young girl, or like people in our situation who have come here? They've done everything, but they have a skill. They don't know how, to transfer those skills, or even maybe help to empower other people. What kind of advice would you give to them? Because it's not easy.
You're right.
Yeah.
I will advise them to jump on volunteering.
Okay.
Everything is not all about money. I volunteered a lot. I did a 10-mile run twice for a charity. I raised more than 1,500 for that charity. I work for African Cultural Association as a facilitator as well there, I think for free. And anytime I see people organizing events, they need people to come and help, I just go there and help. So if you have a skill, in transferring that skill, you're learning as well. So don't keep it to yourself. You could go to thank God for internet now. You could go to Google, just type in where are young people doing stuff. You see different events. You could contact the organizer, tell them this is what you do, this is what you want to offer. So start by offering your services for free.
I think that's the bits that we don't understand or appreciate, that volunteering. My time for free. I mean, once I've got bills to pay, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to a lot of people.
It will make sense at the end of it, because you need to let people see what you can do. At least they might also add value or add pay to what you're doing. But in keeping it, not giving it out, it doesn't really pay as well. Okay. And volunteering adds to your achievements. You could categorically say, I've worked here. Even if it's as a volunteer, it adds to your CV. So I will encourage people to do more of volunteering.
Oh, thanks for that information. So how does it feel, when you see that smile on that young lady that you've empowered? I mean, how do you feel when you see that you've been able to put a smile on someone's face?
I feel blessed. I will make an instance to a 2018 queen. She's known by Funke. She is a makeup artist, but before she went into the contest, she have her own makeup brand, but she don't even know how to market the brand. But in joining our contest, she gained this confidence to even speak, because she's a shy person. Now she can speak. She now have the opportunity as well to sell her brand. And our last photo shoot was in her studio.
Wow.
Going to her studio, the place was really beautiful. That I cannot imagine that she owned that studio in London, where things are very, very expensive, not like where we are now. Yeah. So she owned a studio, and she gave us the studio for free. She was like, "Auntie, anything you want, you can have it, drinks, all this kind of stuff." I was just looking back and said, look at Funke years back, that she wasn't this people person kind of. She wants to be in her own space. And looking at her, that she's grown now, it gives me joy. And not only her, I have queens that have written 2 books. I have queens that have ended up being an entrepreneur. They are all graduates, so it doesn't stop them from doing their 9 to 5 work. They still work, and they still have their own side also. So it's a thing of joy to see people grow.
That's interesting. We see you all packaged, well. Being a mother, a wife, and also an entrepreneur, and also founder. So many things you're doing. How do you keep all these things together? Because someone might, just look at you, might think, oh, this lady has got everything together. But I know you've got challenges. So,
yeah, there's a lot of challenges, but it's just setting your eye to achieving what you want to achieve. There are days where you don't feel like maybe replying emails, but you have a timeline to do all those things. So I have, like, I would say, a mini diary where I write what I need to do at this time and what I need to do at the other time. And sometimes I have my mentors. I have a lot of mentors as well. Anything you're doing, you should have people that you look up to. Yeah, so they check on you. They see, like, have you done this? Have you done that? So I have a lot of mentors. I have people that I look up to. And sometimes when I'm done, I go to their pages. I feel inspired. People are doing this. Why are you waiting? And sometimes you have some projects that you want to do, and you're saying, I will do that later. You do that later. And people are doing stuff. So you just need to push yourself to do it. So I would say that I've managed to put everything together, because I'm aiming to be somewhere, and you cannot be sitting for you to be where you want to be. So you need to put things together and do what needs to be done.
Any childcare issues? Any
Yeah, to be sincere, there are childcare issues, as I've got 2 boys under 3.
2 boys.
Yeah. So there are days where I might be disappointed by the childminder. I will have to stay back and work from home. So I go to the office, I work from home. Days that I know that it's not convenient, I work from home. Days that I know that I've got someone to look after them, I go to the office. And I also work at night. So you just need to balance it. Sometimes when they're sleeping, you just do what you need to do at night as well.
Wow. So what do you say to a young girl out there, or a young boy out there who thinks, I can't do anything, and it's like I don't even want to do anything because I've lost hope in life. What kind of encouragement do you want to give to that person? Because we have here the Queen herself with her tiara, sharing her story, from the humble beginning, from one auntie to another, just with hair braiding, you know what I mean, to basically on just vocational skills. And here you are, you've achieved a lot, you know what I mean? You've done your first degree, you've done, so many things within, this short possible time. You've done so much in spite, the challenges. You've been able to pick up yourself and say, look, I'm going somewhere and I'm just aiming, that point, and nothing will stop me. What kind of advice do you want to give to, such a person or such people who find themselves so down?
I would say that they should tag themselves to a mentor, because a good mentor will always pull you to be better, will always, will always look after what you're doing, and whatever you want to do in life, somebody have done it before. There's nothing new. You might want to add a little tweak to what you're doing, but there's nothing new under the face of the earth. So for you watching us today, if you want to do anything, you want to be a hairstylist, go online, look for the best hairstylists and start following their page, looking at what they are doing. If possible, contact them. Some of them also want to be a mentor to a young person, because if they shine today, it radiates. It shows that they are the one who mentor this young person to be who they are. So link yourself with a mentor who will always be there to watch whatever you're doing, and never give up on yourself. Even if everyone gives up on you, don't give up on yourself. I have aunties today that will always say you will not amount to anything, but they are not your God. And I will advise that don't take words that people throw at you. Turn it to what you want it to be. I always aim to be an influencer. I want to be known all over the world, and I'm living my dream. Our last event, the First Lady of Sierra Leone attended the event, and today we have more than 25,000 views on her page. That makes Ebony to be known to the world, even not only through her page, but it's what I have determined, what I've said I want to be. So don't let people write your story. You can tell your story and make it look the way you want it to be. So for all the young people, don't give up. Find a mentor. And we at Ebony Ambassador is ready to mentor whoever wants to learn a skill. As you all know, we stand for skills empowerment.
So if somebody wants to, reach out to you, where can they find you? Which number, which website, anything?
Yeah, we're very active on all our social media platforms. Facebook is Ebony Ambassadors, with an S on the ambassador. Instagram is ebony.amb. Twitter is ebonyamb without the dots. And we've got a website, www.missebonyambassador.com. And my phone number is 0790 370 8677. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure having you here with me. And I don't take this interview for granted, because when it comes to empowering, women or the youth, I don't take it lightly. And I'm so glad that you've taken this upon yourself to empower the younger generation through skills, transfer. It could have been something else, but you have changed the narrative. And I'm so glad that you are one of the game changers. Thank you for coming on the Inside View.
Thank you for having me. God bless you.